Welcome to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. Today, we're going to be talking about securing your dream home, even in a seller's market. I'm your host, Marla Lewis, and these are my co-hosts, Tana Young.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Lisa White.
How you guys doing? Great to be back.
And Kimberly Dixon Dudley.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, ladies, how have you been since our last season? What's been going on?
Oh, so much. So I've been doing a lot of self-care.
Okay.
A lot of self-care, a lot of massages, acupuncture. I've added that into my self-care regimen.
Okay.
We installed a sauna at the house, and so I love the experience of being able to do that at home.
Ooh, we're going to have to go.
You do. We have to have a girls' day.
Yes.
We have to have a girls' day.
I'm excited about that.
You should be. You
Okay.
should be. I'm looking forward to it. So, and then we have a very special announcement, but that we won't do today.
Okay.
I'll share some updates
Okay. We'll wait
on
for
a
that.
future show.
All
There
right.
you go. There you go. Keep
All
them
right.
coming back.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. For me, I'm selling Houston, of course. North, south, east, and west. I'm selling. And for me, I'm that volleyball mom. I'm that track mom. The girls have a lot going on, so I've been engrossed in that. And I will tell you, it's taken all of our time. We don't get, not a lot, all. Okay? Kevin and I, we rarely get date night.
Oh.
We get date minute.
Oh, no,
We gotta change that.
At least
one day
that.
out the month.
We got
dedicate one day.
There's no such thing as date night.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
We're gonna make
But our attitude is it's only for a short period of time because my girlfriends whose kids are either in high school or off to college, they say the time goes by so fast, so enjoy it.
I
Yeah,
can
it
attest to that.
Yes,
Yes,
you
absolutely.
can.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
We have older kids, so
Yes. So
Yes.
that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to enjoy every moment.
Every moment. Make some memories.
How about you, Tana?
I've been doing self-care, and I have my daughter Minga. She's in band, so we're getting back into that. She had a concert yesterday,
Okay.
and just enjoying myself. I took a trip to LA, had a wonderful time. Also did a trip to Atlanta, so I'm enjoying my 2021 so far.
There you go.
That's excellent.
Awesome.
And
And
what have you been up to, Mrs.
Madam
HBR?
Yes.
President.
oh my God. Yes.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, I am the president of the Houston Black Real Estate Association, and it is a joy. I'm enjoying
good.
every minute of it. I love to serve the community. I think that's just part of who I am. I like helping people. I like, just creating new ways to help people better their lives. And so I'm
Absolutely.
able to do that with my amazing, awesome leadership team of the Houston Black Real Estate Association. I'm doing that, and then of course, family things. Of course, I have one left in high school, and hey, that's enough. That one is enough.
High school is real busy though.
Absolutely.
It's really busy.
Absolutely. So, guys, thank you for joining us. I want to talk a little bit, I guess, about, I was told the audience that, today we're going to talk about securing your dream home, even in a seller's market.
Absolutely.
A hot seller's
A
market.
hot seller's market. And the thing about it is, guys, it's not just here in Texas.
It's
It's
everywhere.
nationwide.
Yes, it
it's
is
all right.
nationwide.
Yes.
But there are some things that we can do in order to help clients still take advantage of
Absolutely.
being able to purchase in this market. And so what we're going to do, if you'll stay tuned, we'll be right back and come back to give you some information that you can use to do that.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. We're going to dive right into our topic. Today we're talking about securing your dream home in a seller's market. If you watch the TV, if you read any newspaper, if you just go anywhere and talk to anybody,
Internet.
you know that we are
Anywhere on the
in a
internet.
crazy seller's market. But we're going to give you some tips today on how to, navigate through that and still secure your dream home,
Absolutely.
although it's a seller's market. So let's first talk about what is a seller's market, because guys, you know, we talk about that as professionals, but many people, they really don't know what makes it a seller's market. What, you know, why are we throwing these terms out there? And so I want to just talk a little bit about what makes it a seller's market.
Good
And
point.
the thing about it is, really, it's simple. It's something that you learn in middle school: supply and demand.
There you go.
Yep.
Supply
There you
and
go.
demand.
That's
That's
it.
the best way you
Yes.
can describe it.
Yes, and so the demand is so high right now, guys, but the supply is so
Inventory
is
low.
Yes.
I mean, last time I checked, the inventory that we had here in the Houston area was less than 2 months.
Crazy.
Wow.
Less than 2
And
months.
you even
for
have luxury
everything.
and even luxury homes.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
In all segments.
And it's
Yes.
been
Yes.
like that consistently for probably the last 14 months.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Absolutely. And so
It's all over.
it's like, you know, some people have made decisions on, you know what, I don't know if I want to buy because it is a seller's market.
Exactly.
I keep hearing
I've been
that.
hearing
know,
that a lot.
but
Yes.
It's discouraging a lot of people.
But what
from-
they don't realize is that what we're dealing with right now, with it being a seller's market, it's going to be this way for a while.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So you got to make a decision.
Yes.
You're going to
Yes.
buy
Figure out
or
your
because
strategy.
Because
Yes.
while it's going to be like that for a while, those home prices are steadily appreciating in value.
That's right.
So although they're steadily appreciating and it's a seller's market, those interest rates have been
Suppressed.
low.
Yes.
Very low.
Yes.
And so
Very
that's
low.
the benefit.
That's
for
the
buyers.
benefit
You're
for
looking
buyers.
for a
That's why
reason.
you need to get your stuff together and purchase your home, because those interest rates are lower than they've ever
And they're
been.
going to stay that way for a while. So it's not going up.
And the thing
Definitely not
about it,
going up.
Lisa, you touched on something. You said those prices.
Hmm.
The average
Hmm.
median price right now in our market is $389.
Huh.
Wow.
We've gone from what,
$250.
$255? Yes.
$250.
Compared to last year.
Yes.
This time last year, yes.
Wow.
And we are already up
I
so
just want to
high.
take a minute. We were 250s 12 months ago. Now we're
Yeah.
three.
We're in
Yes.
the
Yes.
high 300s.
High 300s.
Yes.
In Houston, Texas.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah.
crazier, and even, you know, like we said, nationwide, other
Mhm.
markets, it is the same thing. So you can't just say, you know what, well, I'm not gonna do anything. If, you know,
I'm just gonna
now
wait
might be a
and-
good
yeah.
time for you to still move up.
Mhm.
Let me add
Put the
the one of the key reasons as to why that price is driving up and up on a consistent basis is because we have so many buyers from that California area
Oh,
Yes.
that are
Yes.
willing to
Yes.
pay
Yes.
in excess of $50,000
Yes.
over list price.
It's
Right.
nothing to them because the home values in
They're still
California,
getting a deal.
they're so up there. So
Yes.
and they get more house, you know, coming to Texas. So they're like, hey, $100 more, I'll do it.
Right.
So believe it or not, we were
just to
just
give an
talking about
example.
this before the show, Tana. 50 to 80 offers on one house.
Yes.
80
Crazy,
offers
yes.
in one house in Dallas, Texas. We were talking about Nasia in
Mhm.
Dallas. That is really crazy. So
Yeah.
you have to really figure out what your strategy is going to be, because you're competing with 80, 79 other buyers or 50 other
For
buyers
one home.
for one home.
One house.
One home.
So Kim,
What do
let
you
me
tell your
ask you
buyer?
something. When you mentioned strategy, when do you come up with the strategy? Like, what are some of the things?
The day that you meet with your client and
Yeah.
they have their pre-approval, you need to sit down with them and say, this is the strategy.
Well,
because
that
this is
starts.
the market.
It starts with the pre-approval.
Yeah.
It all starts with your
There
financing.
you go.
So I, for example, I'll give you an example. One of my clients never purchased a home before. I set her up with a lender by Marla's referral, and she came back. She said, "Well, why is she suggesting that I go with a conventional loan over an FHA loan?" And I told her, I said, in this market, the perception of a conventional loan is that you're a stronger buyer.
Hmm.
So whatever you can do to create the perception to make yourself totally irresistible to a seller. You got to
Right,
stand
right.
out amongst the pack. And so that's what your lender was trying to do. She's
Mhm.
trying to help you with the strategy on the front end.
Right.
So that when you are in an offer situation, you've got your ducks in a row and you
You're
are
ready
ready
to
to
go.
go.
Yeah.
And you're
And
ready
not
to
only
go.
that, what do we see when we go into MLS? The agent notes, FHA not accepting FHA until,
I've never heard that.
no?
Oh,
yeah.
until a certain period
Yeah,
of time.
until
After 90 days, we
Yeah.
talked about
Right,
that.
we
Remember?
did, we
Uh-huh.
did,
Yes.
we did.
So
And
we
that's-
see that as well.
Right, and that's because we have
A lot of investors.
a lot of investors are, now's a good time for them to
to
sell.
sell their house.
So
yeah.
And they're saying
Everyone's
you know,
cashing out, right?
Kim, I want you to tell our viewers, because you talked about FHA and conventional. Tell them
What
what is
those mean?
Yeah, what
Okay.
is FHA?
Good point, Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay, so an FHA loan is a federally insured loan.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to simplify this, and you can Google it to get more specifics.
I'll call one of us.
Or call one of us. More
Better yet.
that part. A conventional loan is just a traditional loan. It's the approval requirements are a little more rigid, and typically it's a person with a higher credit score, and so that's where the perception of a stronger buyer comes from. And so those are the two different, but there are all kinds of loans. There are VA loans, but we would encourage you to call one of us and talk to one of our preferred lenders so they can help you navigate this process on the front end, because you don't want to, trust me, you don't want to get in the middle of an offer negotiation and try to restructure your approval, and
right.
every second counts, so you got to be
Right.
quick.
Our preferred lenders will look at your specific situation and have a meeting with you to discuss what's the best fit for you
Yeah.
and how to move forward.
That's right. Something else, I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of this all over the place. When people are trying to make their offer stand out, they are waiving appraisal contingencies,
Yes.
waiving financing contingencies, increasing earnest money,
Yeah.
Yes.
increasing option money. So I'm gonna tell people, earnest
Yeah.
money and option money, it's your money. It's a deposit. It is your investment in your purchase. You're
Mhm.
gonna get that back at closing. So if it can make your offer stronger,
Mhm.
you want to increase those deposits.
I've even, had, where I tell a buyer, you know what, let the option money be for the seller and decrease the amount of days in the inspection. So
That's
instead of
good.
doing 10 days, let's go ahead and let's do 3 days or 2 days, but make sure your inspector is on point.
Right, or
Yeah.
decrease your closing time. So it used to be
That's another
we would
one.
allow 45 days.
Uh-huh.
So the shorter you can get in closing, the more attractive you look to a seller.
That's right.
One other thing, y'all, I had a conversation with an agent, and they were telling me that a buyer in San Francisco offered their 49ers season tickets.
Oh,
Lord.
To sweeten the
Are you-
deal. Yes, to sweeten the deal, they offered their 49ers.
That might do it.
And that might do it.
I wish we had a clip of the video from TikTok of the man with the apple.
What happened? What's that?
The buyer
I
with
saw
the
that,
the
yes.
apple. I thought I sent that to you, where he has an apple and he's just using it as an example of how the real estate market is.
Oh,
So
Yes. He's not,
Yes.
he's not letting them see the
See the
apple. He's
Right.
like,
He's like, you know what an apple looks like.
What's your highest offer? Come on with your highest offer. Oh, I saw that. That was a good one. That was a
Yes.
good one.
But like you were saying, Kim, strategy plays such an intricate part. I know with me, coming up with the strategy from the very beginning is something that has helped with clients, because even with sellers, sometimes you can get overwhelmed with 80 offers coming in.
Right.
What is our strategy up front to accepting those offers? And then for the buyers, so at this moment, if you are a buyer, listen to me, look at my face. Come up with your strategy should also include something in regards to repairs. Now is not the time for you to ask a seller to replace a doorknob.
Yeah, that's
It's not the time. So
yeah.
you want to sit with yourself, sit with your real estate professional, and find out, what are some of the things that I can do, maybe myself? What are some things that I want to be able to, that I'm comfortable with doing on my own after the purchase? Yes, after the purchase has happened. But stay tuned with us. We're going to take a real quick commercial break and give you some more tips. Stay tuned. Real talk and real. Welcome back to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. We are still talking about how you can secure your dream home even in a seller's market. So now we're clear on what a seller's market is. we're clear on what makes it a seller's market, we're also clear that we need to come up with a strategy.
Now, I think part of that strategy is knowing about your money.
Okay,
How
all right.
you know, and the reason why I'm saying knowing about your money is because it's not like how it used to be. We can agree on that. Where you
That's
can go
true.
to the seller and you can put in your offer and say, okay, now I need $2,500 toward closing costs, right?
Mm.
And we can't do that
They used
anymore.
to ask for in excess of 5% of
Yes,
sales price.
that's right. That's
Right.
right. That's right. So doing that now, it's not going to work. So you need to have a strategy on where you're going to get your money from. So if you don't have the money in your account, right?
Mhm.
What can we do? We can do
Gifts.
we can do gifts. We can pull money from our 401k.
Mhm. What is a gift?
A gift is getting funds from a family member. But what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, or anyone that can show that they have money
Yes.
to be able to give to you toward the purchase
That's
of your
right,
home.
because it's going to be traced, so you have to show
Absolutely.
where that money came from.
That's right.
And I believe it has to be seasoned for so long, correct, if it's a gift?
No,
Is
not
that-
with the
is-
gift.
not with the
Not
gift?
with the gift. No.
Okay.
No, but that's the important thing about the money part, Tam.
Mhm.
We want to make sure that when you're getting this money, wherever you're getting it from, if it is a gift or wherever you're getting this money from, you want to make sure that you're in contact with your lender.
That's right.
And that lender
That's right.
knows where that money is coming from, and also where is it going to be put into.
Correct.
Exactly.
Your lender
Exactly.
and your realtor, those are your BFFs while you're purchasing
There you
your
go.
home.
That's right.
Just to simplify for you guys, your realtor and your lender, those two people are your BFFs. So you just plan on talking to them every day.
Regularly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, there's still down payment assistance,
Yes.
You can do down payment assistance as well. I
Right.
say if you don't need the down payment assistance and you can pull the funds from somewhere else, then that's what you should do.
So
And
I like
let's
to have
also
a conference
note-
call with the lender.
Let's
The
also
lender and the
note
buyer.
before we get to your point,
Uh-huh.
let's also note that the down payment assistance, there's certain income and family size requirements for
That's
that.
right.
Absolutely.
So you
Yes.
have Harris County down payment assistance, you have the City of Houston
That's
down
right.
payment assistance, and there are
T-Shack.
T-Shack
Yeah.
and TDHCA.
Yes.
That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are family size requirements and income requirements.
But to that point, the down payment. Okay, so on a conference call that I had with a recent client, the lender said if you don't need the down payment assistance, don't add that
That's
to
what
your
I'm saying.
offer.
That's correct.
Again, in a seller's market, that's just one more thing a seller is going to be concerned about. Well, what happens if the down payment assistance doesn't go through? Does this person really qualify for the
Exactly.
loan?
Exactly.
So
Because-
be mindful of that.
Because it's safe to say that with TDHCA and T-Shack, there will not be closing delays, so to speak, or let me say that I haven't experienced any closing delays.
Yeah.
But with the City of Houston and Harris County, you can expect that they're gonna take longer than 21 to 30 days to close on that loan. So that in itself makes your offer not the favorable one.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, an alternative to the down payment assistance, though, could be, and we always forget about this, some of those portfolio loan products.
From different financial institutions.
That's
That's
right.
good,
I mean,
yeah.
there are banks and there are also credit unions that we don't
right.
think about that
Mhm.
actually have 100% financing. And all that means, guys, is that you don't have a down payment now, but you have to have you have to
Reserves.
find out. Yes,
Yeah,
you have
closing
to have
your
costs.
account.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so,
Probably.
but that eliminates you having to have that down payment. But again, when we talk strategy, that's a part of that strategy. You need
Right.
to have that up front so that you'll know, okay, like we said in the earlier segment, if it's a situation where an FHA loan is not something that that
They
the
have
seller
to
is
go with.
able to, or you choose not to use that particular one, you could use a portfolio product from a lending institution. I mean, that's a part of that strategy. That's what we're talking about here.
And before we move on to our next point, I do want to say that once you meet with your lender is going to look at your specific situation and figure out what's the best direction for you to go. And also, once it's established what your buying power is, your buying power is how much house can you afford. Once that's established, your lender is supposed to give you what we refer to as a cost analysis worksheet. That is going to be a breakdown of all of your costs, so that you know before you even look at any houses, what is your estimated funds to close. Once you figure out what your estimated funds to close are, then we can start navigating whether or not you need gifts, 401k. We can navigate and look and see what are your best options.
And the lender has to be quick on his or her feet as well.
Right.
With providing that buyer worksheet. You know, they can't be lollygagging, because we know time is of essence, right?
Right.
In this market.
And so,
Especially in this market.
Yes.
and so moving on to our next point, now that we got the financing and the lender in place, the last thing, and I believe is the most important thing, because this is the person that's going to connect you to all of those moving parts, and that's your realtor representation. It is extremely important to have realtor representation in this process. Not because I'm a realtor, but because I know it's very necessary. So I'm going to tell you what are the benefits of having realtor representation. The first point is that realtor is going to have your best interest at all times throughout this process. At no point is that realtor going to put their needs, wants, and desires above your needs, wants, and desires. The second point is that that realtor should have market knowledge. That realtor is going to be able to tell you what's going on in certain communities and areas. That way you can determine if you want to stay in that area or not. There may be some things that you're not privy to that your realtor is privy to. And the last thing is the agent knows the unknowns. There are things about the home buying process that you have no idea about. Your agent is there to educate you, to let you know what this process is going to entail.
And Lisa, can you quickly just give just one example of what a realtor may be privy to?
Well,
instead of the
in your thank you, that brings me to my next point. In the buyer consultation that your realtor should have with you, she's going to be she is going to be able to assess your specific need. Based off of your specific needs, your realtor is going to be able to determine if you should pursue new construction or if you should pursue existing homes. It's all in what your specific situation is. And so if you're going to go the resale way, your realtor is going to be able to tell you, hey, we're in the seller's market. Up that earnest money deposit. Up that option money deposit. Write a letter to the seller. Some sellers are very emotional. They've been in their home 30 plus years. So they have a ton of memories there. If you pull on those heartstrings, baby, you're going to get that off.
And let me tell you, that letter works. That letter definitely works.
Yes. You don't ask for a home warranty. You pay for that on your own. If you want the house, you can get your home warranty later. Don't ask the seller for that.
So the realtor can tell you what's happening in real time.
Absolutely.
All the stuff you see on the internet, YouTube,
Don't
Google,
even say HGTV.
I'm not going to say it,
No.
but the realtor helps you navigate the process in real time with current information.
Absolutely.
Right? Yes.
Absolutely. Shorter option period. You don't want to go in there talking about you need 10 days to perform an inspection. All you need is 5. Okay? 5.
But realtor must connect you with must connect you, but can't connect you with an inspector who can help you get to that point.
The ladies of Red Door Conversation. The ladies of Red Door Conversation, we will provide you with a list of inspectors. You make that choice as to who you want to go with.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is, Lisa, is this. When we are helping our clientele and navigating through this crazy market, the thing that people need to recognize is that we can help with the challenges that are going to come up. We know strengths, we know weaknesses. Therefore, if you trust your agent, it's very important that you as a consumer, that you're able to trust your agent and go along with what they are recommending that you do. It's also important that you make sure that you we'll talk when we come back, but we need to talk about some things that your agent can do to help you to secure that particular dream home. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. are back to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. We left off with last segment talking about how to secure your dream home in a seller's market. We wanted you guys to know the bottom line is this: make sure that you follow your realtor's advice, because your realtor, if whatever your strength is, your realtor knows how to make that strength work for you. Whatever your weakness is, they know how to navigate around that with making an offer. But just to kind of give, an overview of what we've talked about, we talked about strategy. Don't forget, that's the number one thing you need is strategy. And in that strategy, you need to secure your financing. Whatever kind of way you're going to pay for that home, it needs to be talked about up front. Also, make sure that you get a real estate professional who can help you along the way. Thank you so much for joining us.
This was fun.
And
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
And even with the new build guys, get a realtor.
Yes,
That's true.
absolutely.
Yes.
Take care, and we will see you soon.
Bye.